Hey guys, what's up? It's JR Cuber. In this video, I'm going to be reviewing the GAN 356 Air SM, the newest update to the Air line, and the cube used by Felix Zemdegs to set the 5.97 world record average this June. The SM has a lot of really cool new design features, such as the slotted magnet design, the GES V2 nuts, and the honeycomb grooves on the pieces. All of this comes at a pretty hefty price, however, at $50 for the base version. The cube comes with all 7 GES nuts in brand new storage cases, along with a GAN card and cube bag. For $10 extra, you can get the Pro Shop SM that comes lubed, tensioned, and restickered as well. Also, if you already have a preference as to what GES nut you will want in your cube, you can have the cubicle install whatever color you want. If you're unsure as to how these nuts affect the puzzle, I just did a whole video about this, and you can check it out through the link in the description or in the cards. In this review, I'll be looking at the Pro Shop Air SM with the yellow GES nuts. The Air SM is a standard 56mm puzzle that weighs 76.6 grams, so less than a gram heavier than the UM. It comes stock with the GAN Fulbright scheme that is pretty much identical to my scheme, just with a brighter red. The cube also comes stock with the blue GES nuts installed and comes with magnets already in the cube. Finally, the SM also comes in white and primary, which the UM did not. So I was lucky enough to have a chance to try a prototype version of the SM at Nationals this year, and while I did like the cube, I wasn't extremely impressed with its performance. However, now that I've gotten a chance to solve with the cube on my own time, I can truly say that this is a spectacular cube that I am really considering becoming my main. I've already done over 1,000 solves in just a few days, which I can't really say I've done on any other cube before. So let's go ahead and get on to turning now. The turning of the SM is incredibly soft and quiet. This is a cube that I would actually feel comfortable using in public because of how quiet the turning is, which I can't really say about very many 3x3s. I wouldn't really describe the cube as being smooth, for one because of the magnets, but also because the honeycomb pieces provide a very unique feeling when turning fast. The soft feeling of the plastic means that it doesn't really feel crispy or sandy either. It's just a very unique feeling. At the same time, the turning has a very distinct GAN puzzle feeling that you don't really feel in other brands of puzzles. The SM has a pretty springy feel as well, with a lot of flex, but remains stable and fluid. One of the main reasons I enjoy solving with this puzzle so much is that I can spam TPS during the last layer as much as I want, and the puzzle just glides from turn to turn. The magnets help keep the cube stable, and it gives me a lot of confidence when solving that I don't really get from many other puzzles, even if they have magnets. The speed of this puzzle is highly dependent on how you set it up. If you use a lighter GES nut like purple, blue, or green, the puzzle will be faster, but not quite as stable. Also, the SM pretty much eats lube, so you'll need quite a bit of lube to slow it down. This is interesting since GAN has said that the honeycomb design was supposed to help retain lube, but even after the lube put in by Cubicle Labs, I had to add about 4 drops of lubrical silk to get it down to a speed I was comfortable with. At this point, the cube is highly controllable without feeling gummy at all. The cube fits my natural turn style very well, so I don't have to force myself to slow down or turn more aggressively than I'd like. Corner cutting on the SM is just as good as you would expect from a modern speed cube, and locking is also very low. Like I said, the puzzle is incredibly fluid, meaning that catching is very low and pretty much negligible. So I want to go ahead and look at the pieces now. If you guys haven't heard much about this puzzle, you might not know what I was talking about with the honeycomb design. So as you can see here, there are honeycomb patterns on the corners and edges. The pieces themselves are very similar in shape to the Air UM, but there are some more changes hidden on the inside of the pieces. To open up the piece, you have to unscrew the base and then pull the cap off, and this reveals the new slotted magnet design. So there are now slots for the magnets in all the pieces, meaning that the magnets no longer need to be glued in place, and there is no way for them to come out when the piece is assembled. Another difference in design is the GES V2 nuts. So these nuts now have the GAN letters on the top of the nut. And besides that, I don't really know what the difference is. I'm thinking that there's just been some small changes in the elasticity for some of the nuts, but I wasn't able to find a definitive answer as to what the difference is. Either way, even though my favorite nuts are the yellow ones, you guys should really experiment with yourself if the puzzle is feeling too springy or too rigid. The SM does come with all 7 of the GES nuts, unlike the UM, which only came with a few depending on which version you got. In my comparison video between the nuts, I asked you guys which color nut you prefer in your cube. So yellow came in first place, which I pretty much expected, and then we had green, purple, blue, clear, red, and orange following respectively. These are some pretty fascinating results which really show that the GES nuts are catered to a lot of different types of cubers. This is just one example of why I think GAN is the most innovative company producing cubes right now. The honeycomb design is another perfect example. So overall, the Air SM is an all-around fantastic cube. I've broken all of my PBs on this cube besides single, and it will most likely become my new main. I've had the cube for less than a week right now, so I don't want to say for sure, but it is also probably the first GAN cube that I've actually considered to become my main, so that's something too. However, this isn't a revolutionary cube by any means. It's not a huge jump from the UM, so if you had that cube and you didn't really like it, then I can't say I would really recommend this one. This puzzle is a top tier 3x3, the most expensive on the market right now at $50 for the base version. So it's going to be out of the budget for a lot of cubers. So I would say really get this cube if you can afford it. Like I said, it's not a revolutionary groundbreaking cube by any means. It does have some really cool design features, and it's just a cube that I think is near perfect. Anyways, that's about all I've got to say for this review. I'll leave the link to purchase this cube down in the description below, as always. Thanks to the Cubicle for making this video possible, and that's about it for my review of the GAN 356 Air SM. If you guys like this video, make sure you give it a like. Links to all of my social media pages, my Patreon, and my merch store are all linked down in the description below, as always. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.